Hello. This particular video is going to go under different cleavages. I understand I have a different channel where I have a different subject matter on this channel, but today I'm not going to talk about that subject matter. I'm going to talk about something else. I'm going to talk about U.S. foreign policy and what it's completely based on, and part of the reason why the Republicans had decided to acquit Donald Trump of Republicans had decided to acquit Donald Trump of any charges that might have come against him, and kind of one of the reasons why the Republicans, well, I'm not, one of the reasons why the Republicans have decided that they are not going to pursue Donald Trump for any reason. Uh, there is a lot of things that I am going to reference here. Um, this is kind of like a live video. I'm hoping that I get to the point one day that I can make these slideshows. It would benefit me when I talk about subject material like this, and when I am when we are going through our crochet tutorials and stuff. It would benefit us a whole lot. Okay. So, to update people on what happens, basically, you had an impeachment on one side of the House that brought up a lot of interesting material. A lot of interesting, in my opinion, a lot of interesting material. Um, and then you had a trial that could not be a trial because according to the opposition, which the opposition was in power, decided not to accept any of the material. Now we can go back and forth on what is admissible and what is not admissible, but from I would like to take a few observations from both sides of the quarter. Um, so, what did Democrats do wrong? Um, Democrats should have waited for the election. That's what they should have. They should have waited for. Political. See, this is what happens when they mix legal matters with political matters. Because as a matter of politics, these guys don't care about any of the rules that they set forth. They set forward. What's one of the things that people would often say? One of them would be that the people, like the politicians, create rules for everybody else. They don't create rules for anybody else to abide, for them to abide by. They create the rules for other people to abide by. Okay, let's take that, put it on the side right quick. Let's talk about U.S. foreign policy. Anybody explain what our foreign policy is actually based off of? And there are tons of videos out there, and I think I have one in my library that talked about how U.S. foreign policy isn't anything written in stone. It's all tangent upon what they have or what they want to do at the moment. Now, I'm not a fan. Let me be straightforward with some things that I'm not fans of. I'm not a fan of the Wahhabists. It, all the Wahhabists, they are associated with Saudi Arabia, and I'm not um, a fan of the Zionists being in cahoots with the Wahhabists. Um, And basically, this is what you have going on. I don't think there's enough people that understand that ISIS and the Wahhabis are pretty much the same people. Um, if you're like Soleimani, we killed Soleimani for being in Iraq, and we were asking each other, oh, why is Soleimani in Iraq? Well, he was in Iraq because Iraq has the right to talk to anybody about solving Iraq's problems. If America isn't doing it, and especially they're showing right now because Soleimani had him, what he was doing was fighting the terrorism that was tearing apart Syria and that was tearing apart Iraq. And in a way, it kind of helped the situation having him there. But now that he is not there, then they can they're going to have consequences to that. They're not going to foresee the consequences yet. What would be a good example of those consequences? Um, the result, killing Muammar Gaddafi. They killed Gaddafi, and they made up all sorts of excuses. This is, I mean, of course, Barack Obama was in and stuff. Barack Obama didn't protect Gaddafi, but he tried to protect Soleimani because he felt that Soleimani might have been a better person to keep than Gaddafi. But I mean, I would not, if it were me, I would not have messed up either of them because I would have had a more holistic view of what it is that they are, what it is they're accomplishing there, how it is it working with keeping our people safe, and achieving this goal of making stronger states and fighting terrorism. So there is a lot to be said there. There's a lot to be said there. Like in all, why are the why is Congress, why has the Senate um, um, turned a blind eye to the accusations on Donald Trump? But this is because of what they feel, how valuable he is to their agenda in the Middle East. And it's not only that, but I mean, it's disappointing to a person like me for a lot of reasons. It's just it's disappointing, and necessarily right here right now. I don't want to get into what could be done or anything like that because you know it's wasted breath. They don't Republicans don't negotiate. They give ultimatums, and you um, if you don't do what they say, then you're just basically a loser. And yeah, they don't deserve friends. They don't deserve friends. They don't deserve allies and stuff. And all this stuff has consequences. And once they enough people turn against them, they'll mope and whine and cry like they always have been. So whatever. Right now it is what it is. Okay. That's all you can take it as. Personally, I don't believe that the Democrats are doing me a lot of favors. I said they're not doing me a lot of favors either. However, I think this whole situation really reveals the nature of democracy inside of America. Now, I'm a person. I am a communist. I am a communist. For everybody who understands the complexities behind communism, then they'll pretty much appreciate that. I'm an artist. I'm a communist. I'm an artist, and I'm a person that believes in work. I'm a person that believes in the power of the worker over the bourgeois class. The but that's another complexity. Is why I pretty much feel the way that I do right now as far as that. But it reveals um, to the rest of the world, because I mean the rest of the world watch our politics. They watch our politics, and they ask themselves, okay, well, if there's anybody that are there with integrity, that is standing up for good people, and that is not what American leadership is showing right now, which is the reason why um, America is becoming more and more isolated. Isolated. I mean, we are saying to the rest, and America, we're all big and bad and powerful and everything like that, and we're saying, okay, well, no, you get the deals that we want to give you, which is what it's always been. Um, there are, I'm sorry. This video isn't necessarily for lay people that don't understand the complexities of our foreign policy. They don't understand the complexities of our relationships between nations since we have been established and stuff, right? So you can't go to any forum and say anything like this without somebody saying something asinine or doesn't matter or deflecting from one issue to another, which is, I guess, the conservative party can be um, criticized for showing lack of focus. I mean, let's talk about the politicians having people in Ukraine and the corruption in Ukraine. They can carry out a separate inquiry for that, but they decided that it wasn't important enough to check check presidential powers because they are benefiting from the person that is in right now. I don't think I need to get too far into that at the moment, but like I said, it is what it is. If you are against these guys and stuff, it don't help to vote for them. It don't help to vote for them. It don't help to give these guys legitimacy in what they're doing. It don't help. It only makes it more difficult in the future, because I mean, as corrupt as these people are, they're not gonna change. You're not gonna vote them out of power. They're not. I mean, they're always find a way to fucking scam you, which is what's happening right now. You're being scammed. Black people, they're the situation with us on a global scale, especially as it pertains to matters like this, it's always been a complex one. It's been a complex situation. Um, I would ask us to examine the relationship with this is really examine the relationship with the Saudis and the Zionists working together in the Middle East to basically disempower black people and attack Arabs. I would look at that. I understand that there's a lot of problems with us, with different ethnic groups. However, what I would do is I would we usually say the enemy of our enemy is our friend, but as it comes to us, we ain't got no friends. We ain't got no friends, and because we don't have any friends, we constantly tend to make moves that we believe that is benefiting us, but it doesn't. It's not doing anything except for keeping us and keeping us in check the way they want us in check. Now, my black ass, I done had enough with being here in America, and for what it's worth, I'm taking myself elsewhere, and whatever my business is, it can happen in other places and stuff. Take my black ass out of Dodge and not deal with it. Not deal with it until I have to deal with it. So, all right. I guess that is just my opinion for what's going on right now, and everybody has a right to have their opinion. And if any, I know there's tons of people out there that have other things to think of that'd be different from mine, but based on my experiences in the U.S. and based on my education and stuff, right, there's nobody here that can really convince me otherwise. And if they like to, then I like to see their material. Like I like to see their material. I would examine your material, but I would ask you to examine mine. But okay, I'm done for now.